Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chandra Vadhana. I am the founder of a non-profit organization called Prayana. Prayana is Kerala's first employability, entrepreneurship, and innovation ecosystem for women. And I'm glad that I'm here today. Though it was a last-minute chance, you will not find my face in the promotional brochures of this event. I was called by Mr. Satish yesterday and said, there is a slot, I need a women entrepreneur. And of course, in Kerala, especially in Kochi, whenever somebody talks about women entrepreneur, somehow they are able to connect it with my face, and I get that slot. Why? Because I talk about women entrepreneurship. I keep talking to people about why women should become entrepreneurs or even pursue their career seriously. And incidentally, I'm so glad to be here today because this is the first time I'm speaking in Le Meridian Hall in Kochi. I have spoken at the UN General Assembly. I probably am the only Malayali woman to speak in the UN General Assembly Hall and probably at the US State Government Federal Hall. But then I never got invited to speak in the Le Meridian Hall in Kochi. This is the first time I'm speaking, and I'm thankful to the organizers, the talk, for inviting me for that. All right, so I'll just quickly talk about you have seen what we do. And as I said, Prerana is Kerala's first employability, entrepreneurship, and innovation ecosystem. And why I started this dates back to my own journey as an entrepreneur. And somebody with dreams, somebody with some ideas and wanted to do something. But then in this part of the country, probably in every part of the country, I feel that women have certain limitations, certain expectations, stereotypical expectations, because of which we are not able to pursue entrepreneurial dreams as easily as possible. And incidentally, I've been fortunate to travel to different parts of India because of my enterprise. And this traveling also makes me understand that the situations are common everywhere. And once again, it's common not just in India, but even other parts of the world. India, the context is quite stark. Why? Because you have seen the statistics. It says women in businesses, we are way far behind when it comes to women in business. Every statistics, we are ranked very poor in terms of women participation, women labor force participation, as well as women in business. So what I thought is, if I could do something about that, and that's how I started Prayana. Prayana, the name means journey. And I have given the tagline as the life-changing journey begins. And yes, in the past 2 years, it's not 1 year. Actually, the highlight video, what I showed was shot last year. So this year's video will make it 20,000 people whom we have, or rather women whom we have touch based in the last 2 years. In the 2 years, we have helped or inspired or trained or touch-based, I would say, 20,000 girls and women. We have 60 plus ambassadors. Ambassadors are women, again, who go around and talk to other women and speak about the importance of getting to career and considering their career seriously. So that's what the ambassadors do. We have 400 plus come back to career success stories. Now, what is this C2C? Now, there's a word which I coined. It is called C2C mission. C2C is normally in your business terms, it is customer to customer. You know about B2C, but here I'm talking about come back to career. And in the last 2 years, we could help a lot of women who are highly qualified but are not working due to so many reasons. In fact, India, we have the highest number of professionally qualified housewives. Yeah, there is a statistics to state that as well. So what we try to do is that we try to inspire them. We try to tell them that, okay, enough of you being a housewife, come on and contribute to the economy, because you are qualified as an MBA or MSc or PhD. Still, they are housewives. So we are trying to inspire them and ask them to come back to career. That's what we are doing. And we also work with students where we help them to start up. We have a lot of social impact stories. We have hubs formed in various campuses. And the best of all, I would say my achievement, other than the recognitions or whatever, I have inspired a lot of entrepreneurs to be born. We have around 10 plus so far housewife becoming entrepreneurs in the last 1 year itself. I think that is the biggest achievement, if you ask me. Personally, that is more gratifying for me. These are some of the key figures. Now, apart from this, while again in this journey as an entrepreneur, what I have found is that many people in Kochi, people who know me, might be thinking, oh my God, today what new idea she is coming up with. That's how I am. I always come up with new things and new ideas. And why I'm doing this, there is always one reason behind whatever ideas that I do. And that one is primarily related to the cause that I am working on, which is women and gender equality. So some of the new ideas or startups which I have done in this year, I would say I'm proudly standing here as a woman speaker, but just because Mr. Satish thought that, okay, we need a women entrepreneur on stage. Otherwise, in most of the events, we find that it's only the men who speak. We don't have much women speakers, unless it is a women event. There is a women event, then you have all the women on the stage. Suddenly, in March, you have an influx of women events everywhere. March 8th is Women's Day, and then you have hundreds of events happening everywhere, and suddenly you get reminded that there are so many women to be honored. Okay. So what I thought is, now there's an incidentally, what I have launched right now is to support event organizers like Satish or anyone in the world who are looking for women speakers. Okay, now why did I come up with this idea? That's again another interesting story. Around a year back, there was this big education summit which was happening in Kochi. Okay, and there's a huge half-page, quarter-page ad in Times of India and everywhere happening, the future of education, the future education, something like that. So, and I see all the speaker list, 15 or 20 speakers, all men. There's not even one woman. So what I did is, I sent a message to the organizers, and I sent, do you mean to say that in education there are no women? Or in education leadership there are no women? So, incidentally, that organizer called back and said, Madam, I'm so sorry, we could not find any women speakers. Can you please recommend somebody? So then I recommended a few. I don't know whether they incorporated. So that was the beginning. I mean, after that, there were so many events which were happening everywhere, and everywhere I used to always go and see whether there are women on the stage speaking or doing something. So this is one reason why I launched the shespeakers.com. She Speakers is a profile listing site where you can list your profile as a speaker, as a woman, if you are a woman, and if you are doing something interesting in your field and would you like to speak, you can list your profile there. Now, this is another project which I launched, which is again a women-oriented, it's a mobile app. It's a very, very nascent stage. I've just launched it a month back. And this app is it's called Tech Shakti. Now, Tech Shakti is, again, an employability entrepreneurship e-learning app where we keep on uploading videos connected to employability skills and career skills. And we also want to integrate some job support and all to women who are seeking for the same. Now, I also launched a YouTube show called Smile Cafe, which is where we highlight women entrepreneurs' stories, women, successful women who are performing in different walks, and I'm trying to interview them or do a show on them, and that's also up on our YouTube channel. It's called Prayana Labs. And this is my latest venture, which is also part of everything, as I said, is connected to my whole objective of helping the women out there, or rather standing for the cause of gender equality and diversity. So Prayana Collective is an e-commerce platform where we are listing women-made products, women produced or handmade, there are a lot of women who are, very good in creative things, but unfortunately they don't get the marketplace. So Pracall is the e-commerce platform which I'm just building on it. It is not yet fully functional, but maybe in a couple of months it should be through for everybody's purchase limits. Now, there I have set a vision to help, or rather to reach out to 1,000 women entrepreneurs by 2022. That's my vision, to help them sell their products through Pracall. And yes, all this is possible because of my vision. I have kept a vision for myself to empower 1 million lives by 2030. through my own employability and entrepreneurship initiatives. I know it's a big vision. Just like Elon Musk, he keeps telling, do you think I'm insane? Yes, I am also asking the same question every time I see this goal. I say, do you think I'm insane? Yes, I am insane to a certain extent. I believe all entrepreneurs who have these kinds of ideas are insane. And quickly to wind up, I'll say about my journey so far, what I have learned so far. Entrepreneurship in 4 simple terms is just this, facing failures, number 1. I know you have heard a lot of failure stories. My journey, of course, all the success, whatever you have seen, every single image, every single photograph, thousands of photographs I have created, all that is possible only because there are so many challenges, so many failures, so many no's, so many don't do's and this and that. I've heard everything, but still I thought, okay, I should go ahead and do this. Secondly, entrepreneurship is about taking calculated risk. Many people think that entrepreneurship is risky. Yes, it is risky. Why it is risky? Because you are investing your money. But I would say you are investing much more than your money. It's not just your money that you're investing. Entrepreneurs invest your energy, your time, your passion, your capability, everything into the business. So that is why it is risky. But then always take calculated risk. That's what I tell to everyone, every entrepreneur I meet. Have a backup plan. Even if you fail in one, you should have other. That's what I try to do. For example, my backup plan is that I'm educated. Even if I end up as a worst failure as an entrepreneur, I have my educational qualification. I've just completed my PhD, and that too, interestingly, in psychometry. The 2 speakers previously, they were speaking about psychometric assessments, and I'm just one of the 10,000 psychometry professionals in India right now who are qualified to perform psychometric assessments. Anyway, so I have my backup plan. So even if I fail as an entrepreneur, I can take up a job somewhere. That is the risk mitigation I have taken, but not many entrepreneurs do that. So that is my second advice. Thirdly, what I believe is that every entrepreneur should make an impact in the society positively. Because without entrepreneurs, without them making an impact in the society, how can society change? We are talking about societal changes that we require. We are talking about diversity, inclusion. We are talking about the kind of mindset change that is required in the society. But who is going to change it unless entrepreneurs do? Entrepreneurs should be the first people who adapt to changes. So that is something which I would like to say. And finally, for me, entrepreneurship is enjoying the journey and creating memories. Ultimately, you cannot, you don't want to live a life where you are crying every day. You don't want to live a life where you're not happy every single day. So I have so many friends sitting here in the audience. Everybody knows that my face will be always smiling like this. They have seen me smiling only. So I keep like that because I'm able to enjoy what I am doing. Every single day there are a lot of bad things happening and there are good things happening. But, I love to enjoy the good things and creating memories for yourself. So I'm sure when I die, I want to die very happily with a lot of good memories in my life. So that's my ambition, and I'm sure all the entrepreneurs will be having that. And what you can do, all of you audience sitting here, what you can do to support my social venture, number 1, please ensure gender equality in your enterprise. I don't know whether you have thought about this before. If you do not have sufficient number of women employees in your organization, please do hire women employees. They will bring a lot of insights, a lot of creativity, a lot of talent, a lot of diversity in your organization. I'm very sure about that. If you and again, second point is not just having women. There are many people who keep telling, we have a lot of women in our organization, but what are they doing? How many women leaders do you have in your organization? Think about that. Promote women leadership. That's my second request to you. My third request is, if you believe that my organization, my NGO can support more women, please support my cause. You can donate to Prayana by visiting our site, www.prayana.org. And fourthly, you can, if you don't want to donate, you can buy products for yourself. through the Pracol website. Pracol website is currently, as I said, in a very nascent stage. We are working on it, and hopefully in another 1 month, it should be through. And a lot of different kinds of women-made products would be available there. Please go and buy from there. Support women entrepreneurship.